we're on to the fifth song of the second On These Airwaves album, called Majors and Minors. This fifth song is called Here's Johnny, and I'm with Mike Gardner, who is really the impetus for this song. Like all songs on the record, we have a second name for it. And the second name for Here's Johnny is just War.
Yeah.
So this is a complete instrumental song, and I can remember, Mike, you bringing this song to the table, and it's a pretty harsh song, but I thought, boy, this is going to give us some street cred because it's a harsh song. You know?
Well, yeah. You know, I mean, there's nothing pretty about war, right?
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
The song says it all.
Yeah.
And we got the Here's Johnny portion, thinking about Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny and the evil, the craziness of that. And so the craziness of war. So that's how that whole thing fits together.
Right.
But you're really the primary author of this song, because I remember you played the song for me and then later for our friend Tom Yoder, and for later after that to Kenny Soul. But you had the primary guitar parts on there. And I love what you did with reversing the guitars and making it really gritty and steamy.
That actually was done on tape, and the tape was flipped over.
Is that right? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's why it sounds especially cool that way.
Well, yeah.
And but obviously, as it was, we needed to enhance it. And so I so very distinctly remember the day going over to your home studio.
Yeah.
So this was not recorded at the Sound Hole with me and Tom.
Right.
We went over to your home studio, and I remember putting a slide on, and you played it, and I just remember just whatever came to me, kind of a one take thing on the slide, and just playing what I was feeling. But one thing I do remember, I played. I used not a glass slide, but this metallic slide, which for non-guitar players, when you use this, it tends to create a slightly harsher type
more of a bite. Yeah,
more of a bite with the slide. Whereas if you use a glass slide, it's mellower, smoother. So it felt like I needed to use this slide.
You did,
and on my pinky. And then the thing I also remember, Mike, is you doing a lot of volume swells.
Right.
So that just means this is my volume knob right here, taking my pinky here and kind of rolling it up as I slid into the note. And, whatever I was playing, I was sliding and doing volume swells. So I so distinctly remember doing that. And then I remember we asked Tom to play over it as well.
Right.
And I think you pulled out a wah-wah pedal.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we had your song with a slide and with an embellishment of a wah on there. But it's about chaos. Yes.
It's about, man, this is a battle.
Yeah.
There's shit flying everywhere, man.
Yeah.
All kinds of ordnance just everywhere,
And that's what this song is. To me, this kicks off the second part of the record with like a bang, really. And it is chaos. And I think probably someone who listens to it only once would not get it at all. They think it is complete chaos. But in that chaos, the more you listen to it, you start to understand certain nuances. But you'll remember what we needed to do with drums. So we did record the drums over at the Sound Hall.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a very unique night. You remember the issue that we had with Kenny playing the drums on that song?
Well, it's because I recorded all my stuff with no click. Okay,
now let's define what that is for those who wouldn't know it.
Right. A click track is when you basically play to a metronome. For one thing it does is it makes editing very easy because you can edit at the end of a measure and then at the beginning of the next measure, and it's seamless.
Yeah, to the grid.
To the grid, exactly. Mm-hmm. And the drums were put on last, so it was there was a lot of content going on, and so Kenny sometimes would lose the click. And Steve Bailey
the great
very
bass player.
famous bass player, one of the best on the planet, was at the studio that night with us. And he said, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Let me show you. So we got Kenny into the control room, and he had a pair of drumsticks. He said, make your own click, 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 click.
Right.
And record that to the song, then go back out and play to your click. Yeah. Which was brilliant.
Brilliant. And it worked. And it worked. And then he could really understand where the beat of the song was. Because when you hear the song, you'll hear it is chaos. And so it'd be hard, and he's such a great drummer, it would be hard for anybody to play to all that was going on. So to make that click track, then he could understand where
one was,
where he needed to really be.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And he does some intense soloing in this.
He does too.
Yeah. And then it comes back out and he's right on the beat.
And it comes right back out. Yeah. So what you'll hear is, here's Johnny, also known as War. And it's a chaotic song, but I think to me it's street credibility and evilness and craziness.
I think it's really cinematic.
It's very cinematic.
You know.
I mean, you can see,
you see
war
things
happening,
going past you real fast. And,
all right.
You know.
Well, shall we give it a listen?
Let's do. Let's hear it.
So here we go. Here's Johnny. Well, that was War.
Yeah.
A cacophonous song.
And I'll tell you, it's amazing when the players, I mean, yourself included, when the players heard that,
Yeah.
you knew when to stay away.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
man, this part right here, man, it needs more tension right here. I think I'm going to bend that nut all the way up to here, with the slide. And then Tom's in the background going, wow, 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 wow.
That probably says more about this record than any other song in the sense that it's about war, baby. And that was it. Yeah. So enjoyed that.
Me too, man.
Yeah,
Me too. That's it's fun. And the that is it, what the intent of that was to create this mechanized war machine.
Oh, yes.
Can't be stopped. It's a machine that's coming at you. It's got tracks on it. It's going.
Yeah, I think I've always thought that. Yeah.
That's the nemesis of the song, kind of. Yeah,
that's right. Well, anyway, love that and love what you did with the with your guitars on it as well. So good
teamwork.